morning. Welcome to Black Dragon Biker News, the Black Dragon Biker News Network, Biker News you can trust. And as always, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in from wherever it is in the world you happen to be. We have gone through days and days and days of trouble this week. Finally, the system seemed to be up and working, but I'll keep my fingers crossed. And we will see what happens today. Today on Black Dragon Biker TV, the Bandidos over there in South Perth, I guess that's where they are, over in Australia. Man, they be fighting to be trying to keep their clubhouse, man. It is crazy. They're fighting to try to keep their clubhouse alive. They don't have the freedom of association that we have. They don't have the freedom. Hey, Chucky Crossroads out there in South Africa, man, good to see you. This worldwide show we have. They don't have the freedom of association we have, and we're not going to have it for long. I know we're not going to be able to keep it because of what some of you clubs do to our reputation worldwide. It's tough out here in the world, but yeah, it's tough, and they're fighting to keep their clubhouse open. Now they have to apply to now that they've, and this has happened to me. This has happened to me with the Black Sabbath, where they didn't know our clubhouse was someplace, and then the next thing you know, when they find out because somebody shot it up or somebody got killed in the parking lot, then all of a sudden, here come all the cameras and stuff. We didn't know they were here, clandestine motorcycle club. Well, that's what's going on with them. They found out they're in the neighborhood, and they're trying to put them out. So they come up with a really interesting way, a loophole to try to keep their clubhouse. And we'll be reading about that. We'll be talking about that this morning. And so a sergeant has a tough talk with an e-biker. Now, when you hear e-biker, you know kid. You know, an e-biker is a kid on those little e-bike things. Like we used to have those enduros that we would ride around, those little dirt bikes we'd ride around. They got these little e-bike things. They're quick as hell. I don't know how far you can go on one, like maybe 15 miles or something. I don't know. But these kids are on the road, and the sergeant gets tough with one. It was kind of cool. Let's see. A biker's life is celebrated in Canada. And then we're going to look at photographer Alanna Airitam. She has an art show going on. It's really beautiful, man. But she wants to talk about how she got in with the Black Diamonds. Her art show is at the Luz De Jesus Gallery. And then we're going to talk about an interesting topic with Tia Bunch. We're going to be talking about what does loyalty look like? What does a biker wife think loyalty looks like? They get to see the club from so many different angles, and they can see loyalty and disloyalty. With Woo, we're going to talk about should the three-piece patch be respected? What is the three-piece patch? What is it with this three-piece patch thing? And should the three-piece patch, as it is today, should it be respected? We got a few other stories this morning. A poor guy in Wichita Falls got arrested, a member of one of the top 1% clubs. When I look at a story like that, all I see is gang. They just write that, and they push that, and that is part of what is keeping us down. And we're also going to take a look. I told you we need to have more people like Commissioner Lavish T. Williams in office. We need more bikers in offices of influence that can help to keep us bikers doing well. So we have a guy down in here in Georgia running for coroner. He's a biker. His name is Richard Stapleton. We're going to play his a message to us all. And I think if you're in Georgia, here in the South, here in the I guess it's not really. Is he in Atlanta? We'll see in a minute. Or is it like one of the little counties that are next to us? But I'd say Metro Atlanta. If you guys are here, you need to be thinking about him, so that you vote for him, and we put another biker in office. Okay, all of that and more in a minute and 7 seconds after this brief introduction. Let me get to the right button. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I'm on the right button now. So, hey, man, thanks for tuning in here since 2016. Bandidos MC applies for a men's shed exemption. We'll be talking about that in a minute and 7 seconds.
Black Dragon Biker News. He's on YouTube. Black Dragon Biker News. Get yourself educated by his books and you'll learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News. He covers it all. So click on the screen, hit subscribe and get updated Biker News with MC Protocol. A lot of phonies popped up when this YouTube Biker News craze came about, but the man on this channel is the first to do it and the only one that never sold out. His name's Black Dragon. Started the Navy and hit the sea, revving Uncle Sam. They traded that uniform for leather vest from the Mighty Black Sabbath. Not the band, I'm talking about the Mighty Black Sabbath. MC, where he paid his dues and he earned his stripes. From prospect all the way up to national peace. All the copycat creators and the content stealers and haters, there have been many, but there's only one larger than life. Like Michael with the cowboy hat, the nose kung fu and says kicks Kenny. Black Dragon Biker News. He's on YouTube. Black Dragon Biker News. Just self-educated by his books and you'll learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News. He covers it all. So click on the screen, hit subscribe and get updated Biker News with MC Protocol.
Black Dragon. Welcome to Black Dragon Biker News, the Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker News you can trust. And as always, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in. And allow me, without any further ado, since we are the only motorcycle club and biker news channel in the entire world to have our own, very own, Lavish T. Williams, Police Commissioner, District 2.
What's happening? What's happening? You got Commissioner Lavish, aka the police, on the podcast.
AKA the mayor. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And well, our other co-host, I don't see Woo. Woo, where are you, baby? We got Woo. Something's going on. I'm sure he'll be right back. And we got the lovely Miss Tia Bunch. Wow.
Oh yeah, Tia, she ready. She feeling good. It's Friday, the last Friday of the month.
Honor and respect. I am so happy to be here amongst men I respect.
There has not been a Mrs. Bunch for so many decades. Wow. I'm still getting used to Miss Tia Bunch. What's up, Miss Tia Bunch?
What's up? I love you. You look so strong and handsome.
Oh, hell. You heard that, didn't you, Lavish? He didn't hear it. How did he not hear that? Oh, my goodness. Look at this. This is ridiculous. Is he asleep?
That's a busy man right there. He working, man. He podcasting. He working.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So anyway, let's get on with our stories. I don't know what's going on with Woo. We just have a blank Woo right here, but he'll be on in just a second. I'm Black.
Yeah, I'm always working. I'm podcasting. I'm working. I'm doing paperwork. I'm multitasking.
We'll get in jump right into our news stories here. Man, this was interesting. A motorcycle club, the Bandidos down here in Australia, are catching hell. Let me see what's going on with this. This is a little crazy right here. Share screen. Here we go. Enter the screen. Screen one. And what on earth is going on with screen one? There we go. All right, let me get her some sound here. There we go. There's our sound. So this poor motorcycle club in Australia, let's take a look at it real quick here. they are going through some issues here. A notorious outlaw motorcycle gang is fighting to keep their clubhouse open. This really sucks in Australia because they don't have the same freedoms we have here. They're a Western country, a democratic country, but it looks like the First Amendment is not. They might not even have a First Amendment. It's not as strong. Like we have certain guarantees here, freedom of association stuff that's being encroached upon every day. Especially we're having issues like their issues, but we're not having their issues. The issues that they're having. We're having similar issues, but not their issues. I believe we could have these same issues. I believe we could have these exact same issues if you guys don't cut the shit. So what kind of issues are they having, you might ask? Well, let's listen to her.
A notorious outlaw motorcycle gang is fighting to stop its clubhouse being shut down in Perth South. The Bandidos are trying to keep their Willerton premises open by getting approval for a men's shed.
Less than a kilometre away from a southern suburbs primary school, sharing a fence with homes, the Bandidos Clubhouse. But the gang claims this is a men's shed.
I think it's a sham.
This is not a men's shed. We know what this is. These are a group of people that come together, often for unlawful purposes.
And the only one that can't hear anything.
The industrial unit is unassuming from the outside. No signage, but there are signs. It's heavily fortified everywhere.
What did you say, Tia?
Oh, I couldn't hear you at first. I said was I the only one that couldn't hear anything?
Can you hear it now?
I do. I hear you loud and clear.
Okay, action.
Inside, bikie vests and insignia cover the walls.
I often hear phrases like...
I want to back this part up right here. I want you guys to see this, where they claim... This is where they claim... Okay, so here's the beautiful clubhouse there. I think this is a beautiful clubhouse. And they claim it's heavily fortified with police cameras everywhere. That's crazy because this is normal for the United States. This is not heavily fortification. But anyway, let's get back there.
The industrial unit is unassuming from the outside. No signage, but there are signs. It's heavily fortified. Security cameras everywhere. Inside, bikie vests and insignia cover the walls.
I often hear phrases like from the bikies themselves, we're good neighbours to have. Well, I would argue that we'll be executing search warrants there all the time.
The Bandidos often making headlines for all the wrong reasons. Just last month, 18 patched members were charged and had their motorcycles seized. The Canning Council had no idea they were operating in Willerton.
I only know because, we were advised that there was a police raid at the premises in May last year, and I think residents were absolutely shocked by it.
The gang has now applied for retrospective approval to be there. This isn't the first time a bikie gang has fought to keep their clubhouse in the suburbs. The rebels were allowed to stay in their East Victoria Park clubhouse even after planning approval was refused by local council. The fear is the same thing could happen again, and the Bandidos are here to stay.
I think we need to look at the planning laws in relation to the definition of what constitutes a club. I think we need to shut the door once and forever for the whole of Western Australia to stop this loophole being taken advantage of by these outlaw motorcycle gangs.
But the state government has rinsed its hands of responsibility, saying it's the council's job. Rachel Tassica, 7 News.
Well, Matt, this is kind of crazy. This is just horrible. Where is the fortification? I'm trying to find where the fortifications are. It is normal to have locks on the damn door. That's normal. This looks like a nice place. There's this beautiful industrial place here. The yard looks nice. Everything looks nice. The trucks here are parked in order. Everything looks in order. They got a little Hyundai box out here that goes on top of the ships. They got that.
See, they don't have houses like what I'm used to. Like that right there that's like upscale.
That's what I'm saying.
That's like upscale. You come around my environments to the clubs that I'm used to. You come into black buildings, dark neighborhoods.
Don't hear anything again.
You know, you might be looking at some nice stuff like that, nice cars. We might have some raggedy cars.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, that's real. Look at the pavement.
This is nice. There's no graffiti. This is nice as hell. That's what I was saying when I first saw it. I was like, that's their club? Damn.
Yeah.
This is better even than the Dragon's Lair. Shoot. It's all bright and nicely colored, and I don't know, man. These guys are hating on a whole nother level. It's in a nice neighborhood. Everybody's got palm trees and shit. Come on. Oh my goodness. And look, they got parking lanes. Look at those parking slots outside. No motorcycles anywhere. I don't know what the hatred is. But when they were talking about it's heavily fortified, it's got a door with a lock on it. That opens to the outside. Now that way you can't kick it in. You got to pull it open. That's I like that. This is common, man. Bars on your. I don't know where the heavy fortification is.
Common for us, but I don't know, like in their city and town, it's common for them. Is that like overkill over there?
All
you know,
the things
like
that belong on the clubhouse.
Maybe over there they're like, what the hell? I can't believe they've got these fortifications. No. Oh my goodness, man. This is every corner in the United States. These cameras are up there. I don't know. They're hating on these guys on a big level. Now, another thing he said was,
hey, there's the commissioner.
Say what?
Yes,
another thing he said is motorcycle clubs argue that they're good neighbors. We are good neighbors. Whenever a motorcycle club comes to an area, the crime goes down. I don't care who you are, what you say, officer, the crime goes down. And but he says that I would argue that they weren't going to be good labels. We are going to be tracking them every time. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be going after them every time. So what is going on with this?
Making headlines for all the wrong reasons.
Another thing I wanted to point out for you guys. So here he says we're going to be.
We'll be executing search warrants there all the time.
Why? Why are you going to be executing search? So he's just letting us know that those poor bastards are going to be targeted. We're just, do you think they're good neighbors? Well, we're going to be executing search warrants every time.
You know, we're good neighbours to have. Well, I would argue that we'll be executing search warrants there all the time.
That's not fair. That is some BS. Here's another thing. She said a whole gang of patched bikies were pulled over. These guys weren't wearing no patches. Look.
The Bandidos often making headlines for all the wrong reasons. Just last month, 18 patched members were charged and
Where are the patches?
Had their motors.
They're not allowed to ride with no patch.
Cycles seized. The Canning Council had.
Can you imagine that in the United States? If you could be pulled over and taken off your bike like this, just for being in a club, just for being in an outlaw motorcycle club, this is what happens. These guys were rolling down the road. You remember the story? They were speeding
all the time.
A couple of the guys blocked. The police couldn't get to him.
The Bandit.
They finally pulled him off. So this happened just like last month, maybe a month or two ago.
Those often making headlines for all the wrong reasons. Just last month, 18 patched members were charged and had their motorcycles seized. The Canning Council had no idea they were operating in Willetton.
I only know because.
So now that they found out that they have this clubhouse, these men are now applying for that's not doing what I wanted to do. These men are applying for a watershed, not a watershed, a men's shed application. Let's see. This is it. So they're trying to be recognized as having a men's shed. This gang, they say, is operating in an industrial unit in Wellington. They've been there for years. Nobody knew they were there. And so now they want to seek permission to be recognized as a men's shed. I don't know what the hell a men's shed is. I never even heard of such terminology. What is a men's
Probably a
shed
clubhouse.
in Australia.
Probably a clubhouse. Probably a clubhouse.
A men's shed in Australia is a community-based nonprofit organization providing a safe, friendly, and inclusive space for men to gather, socialize, and work on meaningful projects. Originating in the 1990s as a proactive approach to improving men's health, these spaces combat isolation and loneliness, particularly for seniors or those experiencing life changes.
With the stripper pole.
Hey, Tia. You know what? We're not going to have you shutting down things. Okay.
Let's call a horse a horse.
They say that men's sheds don't have stripper poles, but rather they focus on enhancing the physical and mental well-being of men by fostering social connection, a sense of purpose, and a sense of belonging. While traditionally workshops for woodworking, Tia, metalworking, Tia, and repairs, i.e. fixing lawnmowers, restoring furniture, and maybe even a motorcycle or two, they often feature social areas for conversation, not strippers.
Did you write that piece for them?
And
did you write that for them? Because that's like,
yeah, it is. It is. That's a men's shed, and they want to be known as a men's shed. Nothing wrong with that. I don't know what's wrong with you people, and they don't want them to have their men's shed. So this is despite a letter on behalf of the Bandidos Club describing it as a motorcycle-themed men's shed with a human right under the International Treaty to Freedom of Association. So they just went worldwide on them. There are international rights for freedom of association, and they're suing to say we have an international right to freely associate, and you guys can't take that far. That's crimes against humanity. They went big on them. Police raided their clubhouse last May after reports of patch members gathering from around Australia, and they charged 2 people from that raid. And if this picture right here is from when they pulled them all over not long ago, and they said they were speeding and all kinds of things, took their motorcycles. What I want you guys in America to know is we are seeing this in American clubhouses. We saw the, oh my goodness, who was it? Was it what club was it that got put out in the city when they had a fight in the parking lot? A guy got killed, and the next thing you know, the whole city showed up and burned their clubhouse. I forget the name of that club. And the city then came and shut them down and threw them out. We saw the girls down in Georgia get their clubhouse shut down when there was a attack there between 2 1% motorcycle clubs, and a few guys got killed. The girls lost their whole entire clubhouse here in Georgia. We are seeing clubhouses being assailed and attacked. The Black Sabbath has had clubhouses taken by the police or by the communities put us out. There is an attack on us, and a lot of it stems right after we do some dumb shit. So this is something that we have to understand, that you don't want America to become Australia when it comes to freedom of association and moving in your motorcycle clubs. And we're seeing all kinds of erosions happen towards us as a result of this stuff. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Next story, Erie biker pleads guilty. And the Erie biker pleads guilty. Man, woo, you're having all kind of trouble staying on.
Jesus, it's the Maloics. It's the demons in the house again.
I told you about going live.
Man.
Okay,
I missed the news story. I'm sorry, Dragon. I completely missed the news story. That's why I didn't comment. I missed it.
That's all right. We'll move forward. We'll go to the next one. What is going on here? So a leader of the Iron Wings Motorcycle Club in Erie pleaded guilty to federal charges on February 25 as he awaits prosecution in Erie Common Pleas Court over a large fight and other incidents. So this is something, guys, to know. You cannot sell. There used to be a sign in our old clubhouse: no getting high in the clubhouse. If you wanted to get high, you had to go to the back. We had a back porch back there, and you could go get high on the back porch. That's where everybody went to smoke and do whatever it was they were going to do. Now, I was a teetotaler. I never drank or smoked. So I never found myself back there. However,
I'd have lived back there. I'd have been back there constantly.
I never found myself back there.
I'd have had a special spot.
But there was a place back there.
Yeah.
But where it wasn't ever was up there in the front. It was never, you didn't get to smoke in the club. And in the movie Biker Boys, if you look at the clubhouses and stuff, one of the things that I did was I made sure that there was a sign that said no smoking in the clubhouse. You really got to look to see that. You got to really look at that movie to see them flash by that clubhouse. But it came from the fact that we were always very particular and peculiar about what we did in the clubhouse. And one thing that we never did in the clubhouse was we never sold dope in the clubhouse. It's a good way to get the whole damn club shut down.
Absolutely.
So here is something interesting. So they had a fight in the clubhouse, and the fight led to they had a fight, and the fight led to them searching these folks' clubhouses. So as we go on further here, let's see if they cover that here. Let's see. The defendant, Christopher P. Napilski Jr., 37 years old, pleaded guilty to dealing cocaine in the Iron Wing Clubhouse on East Avenue in December 2024 and February 2025. You don't sell dope from the clubhouse. And speaking of clubhouses, do you see this clubhouse compared to the one we just looked at? This is what motorcycle clubs look like here in the United States. They're not all beautiful like that one we just saw over there in Australia. There's a beautiful clubhouse, man. And I want you to see these cameras right here outside the club. Like, this is some normal shit. Like here in America, there's you guys ain't even seeing that. Hold on. There's the clubhouse. Here's the clubhouse. Look at they ain't even got no windows. They're boarded up. And you can see right here, you can see that if you look real close, there's the cameras right there. And yeah, man, this is a clubhouse. It's all raggedy and stuff. This is a clubhouse. I don't know them beautiful things they had over there. But anyway, he was selling dope out of the clubhouse. Look, there's the camera right there. This is normal stuff. In March 2025, Erie Police and the ATF raided the clubhouse as part of a probe into a fight Iron Wings members had with a rival biker club in January. So, hey, you guys got to stop using the clubhouses to hold your bylaws, your club notes, your club minutes, your club information. You almost can't even keep stuff on the walls. They're coming in to get anything. So if you had a fight out there with another club last week, clean your clubhouse today. They're coming tomorrow. That's just what's going on. So they raided the guy's clubhouse because of a fight they had out in the street, and they find, I guess, evidence that somebody was selling dope out of the clubhouse. It's just so crazy how one thing leads to another while you're out there in the street doing dumb shit and getting in fights, which leads to your clubhouse getting raided, which leads to a guy having to plead guilty for selling dope out of the club, which you're not supposed to sell dope out of the club anyway. Anyway, moving forward. This is the preliminary hearing is in the fight case started in July and is scheduled to resume. So they're still going to be going after him for the fight. They just happen to get Matulski, and he'll be sentenced in the drug case in federal court in Erie, Pennsylvania. I guess that's where Erie is, in June. So poor bastard. And all this happened. He probably wasn't even involved in the fight. So this happened on February 25th, a couple days ago. They called him a higher up in the Iron Wings Motorcycle Club. He pleaded guilty in federal court to this dealing cocaine from inside the clubhouse, man. That sucks. The bigger takeaway here, motorcycle club people, is you don't deal out of the club house. There's some things that must remain sacred. The clubhouse is it. It's everybody's home. If it gets taken out, we ain't got no place to go. So, One Chain says Texas has a lot of broadly utilizing profiling and targeting of clubs, especially outlaw motorcycle clubs. Yes, Texas is probably the worst right now. So keep that in mind. Next story. Sarasota traffic sergeant has a tough talk with an e-biker. Hey, man, this was crazy. If they give it to us or if we have to do a commercial first. Let's see. Give us a story. Yeah, story. Here we go. We get the story straight away. Let me enlarge it. Action. Look at that. Look at those guys. Driving any kind of way. Now, what's going to happen is this bike right here is going to cut this car off. And the officer sitting behind the red light here looks at the little e-biker dude, cut the car off.
They get it. So reach for a nice
Son, stop that bicycle right there.
ABC plus conference networks for the SEC, ACC, and Big Ten.
We did not have cool ass bicycles like that when I was a kid.
They didn't have bicycles when you were a kid, Dragon.
We wasn't getting pulled over either on a bicycle.
You know, you're 1 year younger than I am. I'd be careful.
We're not giving away our ages on here.
Get off and sit on the curb right now. Sit down. What is wrong with you?
Tough traffic love.
Man, you know that can be trauma to a kid, man.
Hey, much love, Lavish. You're not a cop. F what anyone says. You're a biker first, and commish is for the people, not the pigs. Go ahead, Kurt.
That's it right there.
That's right.
Yeah.
I've asked you a question. What is wrong with you?
I don't know, sir.
Do you think for a remote second you would look like a good hood ornament? Do you think, number one, this is illegal? Number two, illegal to ride in the road? Number three, smart?
No, sir.
How old are you?
14.
Let me ask you a question. Do you want to go to jail? Do you know you can go to jail?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
No.
You didn't know that? Did you know that this is a vehicle by Florida law? It's an e-moto, not an e-bicycle.
Well, Florida law,
which means you have to have it registered to ride it on the roadway, number one. Number two, you're not old enough to have a license. Number three, in no way, shape, or form do you need to be out racing cars in this thing. Dude, do you think I want to go home and tell your parents, hey, what's your first name? Little is dead. He's underneath the car that just hit him.
Yeah, officer. Yeah.
Man, come on, Black Dragon, man. When you was growing up,
I like how he handled him.
I don't know, man. You know, I'm gonna go back from me being a kid on a bike. Even though we didn't have motorbikes, I did have a mini bike.
Yeah.
I did have a spree. And when we seen cars, we knew we couldn't literally beat the car, but we still was on side of the car trying to race the car. That kid is being a kid on his bicycle, and he had a helmet on. And then you get an officer pulling this kid over. This kid is probably startled. I just be looking at stuff like, I could be the wrong. I can be the 1%.
I hear other people, but I don't hear Lavish.
I hear Lavish.
Oh yeah, I can't hear him.
Oh, I don't know why she can't hear me.
I gotta get her.
I hope everybody else can hear me.
I'm gonna get her together.
Okay. He said he can't hear him either.
You can't hear him?
I can hear
it. I can hear you.
You hear Woo? You hear Lavish?
Yeah.
Yeah, we hear everybody.
Yeah.
I don't hear Dragon. I don't hear Tia.
It's us.
There you
I
go.
don't know what's going on, but I just think, man, some of these cops, man, they just be doing so much, man. You know what I'm saying? We used to have, look, you'll have certain cops in the neighborhood, man, and this is where you know the respect level come from certain cops. You know, if that kid is out there running, and you get the cop that try to, you know, race the kid, you build a relationship, and then you can give some respect from the, you know, the community and the kid. I feel like the cop is just, you know, using his badge, intimidating, scared.
Put the kid alive. You didn't see the kid cutting from the car?
You better watch it now. Them kids gonna be recording this, showing it to the cops in Detroit.
I'm just saying, we all been.
He said we
kids.
could run them up. He said we could run them up.
No, I didn't say that. But we all been kids before.
No, you're right. You're 1,000% right.
All been kids, and
You're 1,000% right.
That's part of the childhood. That's, you know, that's part of growing up. You know, oh man, we tried to race this Mustang. And then they go back and tell the other kids, you did what? Yeah, I tried to race this Mustang on the pedal bike. I took off on them. I had them for a minute. I mean,
we had common sense, though. Kids nowadays don't have common sense, right? We had common sense. We knew the do's and the don'ts. They don't have common sense, so they run amok. And when you have all these e-bikes running amok, at some point it gets to be a danger. It gets to be a danger in a car. It gets to be a danger when you ride a motorcycle. There's no laws with them, especially here in New York City. They're all over the place, up and down, sidewalks. They're everywhere. So at some point...
We don't have e-bikes like so. They're e-bikes. We do know that they exist.
Right.
It's not a large population of those e-bikes here.
Really?
Now, you go downtown, you have like those little motors, those little standing scooters, and you got them all throughout your neighborhood. They just be sitting on the corner. You can, I don't know, through an
I'm afraid to even get on them damn things.
Yeah, me too. I seen somebody fall off and bust
y'all bikers.
I'm not
here in New York City. The e-bike companies drop them off by the tons in neighborhoods. So on every corner, you have 50,000 e-bikes on every corner. They're everywhere. They're everywhere.
Oh wow! And you just rent the
How's the audio? Dragon, can you hear us?
I hear you. You don't hear me
him at all.
I hear everybody.
Yeah, you need to go out and come back in. Yeah, that's crazy, man. But I think the cop was right. The kid almost got run over, man.
I mean, it's one thing to have a conversation with a kid, man. But I mean, maybe I'm just being too soft with the kid. I think it's one thing to have a conversation, but you don't have to use that tone and authority with a small kid out there. He by himself, he out there having fun. Hell, he might not even know too much himself. You know, I just feel like, hey, man, you can handle things and get the same point across.
Yeah, I just come from a different era where if an adult talked to you crazy, you just said yes, sir. And
absolutely,
the kid wasn't talking to him crazy.
If an adult talked to you crazy, you just listened to it. You didn't even
respond. No.
Yeah.
You said it. Absolutely. Yeah, I come from that era too, Dragon. We're the same age.
Yeah. It just
hold on. You keep saying a year different. You're literally close to Dragon's age.
Well, I don't know how old Dragon is. We don't want to put it on the air, but I think we're a year apart. We may be the same age.
No, we're a year apart.
We're a year apart. So we grew up in the same era.
That makes me technically your senior, and you have to do what I say.
Oh, Jesus Christ! We grew up in the Pro Kids, the Puma, the Converse. We grew up in that era.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, you know, you look good for your age.
He doesn't look.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you look good for your age. I mean, you know, granted, me, I would have thought maybe 45, if 45, 48, 49, somewhere in there.
Go ahead, Lance. You just became my favorite person today, brother.
No, he's my age. Yeah, but he doesn't look it at all. If he takes his hat off, he'll look my age.
Let's not get ridiculous now. Let's not get crazy. Let's hurry up and get this over with.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, anyway, the poor kid got his butt reamed. And
I'm looking at Moto Gatto. I'm looking at his comment because he said I'm assuming that he's talking about it could be a nuisance in NYC about the e-bikes.
It is a nuisance
out in the suburbs. Cops need to chill. I can probably see if you're in a crowded area, it could be a nuisance. And again, I'm going to agree with Motogado. In the suburbs, you got less traffic. You know, kids they moving a little different, and then they probably suburb kids that really don't even know what time it really is out there. So I don't know. I think demeanor and the way that you come on somebody, man, leaves a certain lasting impression, man. And when it comes down to like law enforcement, you know, you already be raised up in a house where you got these stereotypes about the police, and then you get you know, a cop to pull you over and be aggressive to you. I don't know. I'm just not with, you know, aggressive cops.
Well, I get that. I didn't hear that part. My audio was out, so I didn't hear what he said to the kid at all. I just saw a kid sitting on the side of the road.
He didn't say much to him. He was just like, "Hey, son."
He wasn't like, "Hey, son." It was, you know, his parents probably don't even talk to him like that.
And they should. I got in a fight with one of my younger club brothers. My father doesn't even talk to me like that. I said, well, he probably should. Next thing I know, he's swinging at me.
We're a different era, Dragon. We're a different era, man. We're a different era.
Oh, my goodness.
NYPD in New York City will hit you if they catch you. I've seen them hitting Uber drivers, the little Uber e-bike guys. They'll hit you and grab you and snatch you up because they don't want to chase you. So I see that all the time. But I mean, I guess you're right. In the suburbs, it's a lot different than here in big cities. Big cities out of control, especially with dirt bikes and quads. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. When spring comes, oh my goodness, here they come. Here they come. So I guess you're right. It is different.
Somebody said if we had these e-bikes when we were kids in New York, folks would have got robbed for them things left and right. Remember when they were taking people's shoes?
You ain't got to rob anybody. They on every corner, man. There's 50 e-bikes on every corner out here. You step outside my house, there's 10 of them. Right outside. You don't got to rob anybody.
That's now. But, you know, when I was growing up in the late 80s, as a young kid looking at the big guys when they was riding them elites, man, you was one cool guy out there, man. You had a moped? Oh, man, you was cool, man. When I had my spree, I had me a spree in like 93, 94, and 95, and I was like the coolest kid because he was coming over here on his moped. He gonna come over here on his moped. He gonna come over here. Everybody didn't have one of those, man.
No, I'm feeling old now. What do we have, Dragon? We had apple crate bicycles back in the 70s.
Yeah, and Huffies.
And Huffies, yeah, Huffy, you got a Huffy, you were the man. After Christmas, you came down with a Huffy, you were the man.
I got a Huffy for Christmas.
All the little girls are crowding around you, your Huffy with the pedals, with the reflectors on them.
Yes, sir. And the mono shocks. Come on,
the mono shocks, and they had the reflector and the spokes. You put the straw in the spoke, and you made that.
The card and the spokes. You had a motorcycle, baby.
You had a motorcycle, the ice cream stick and the spokes. I don't know, Lavish. You had a pretty good life, man.
I was a rich kid, man.
No. I was not a rich kid. I came from humble beginnings. I just chose a different life to figure out how to get it.
You just robbed some rich kids?
I figured out a way to get it.
You went to the rich neighborhood and came back loaded up? I understand. It's okay. It's all right.
I used to go out here, man, and these are stories that people don't know, man. When me and my kids, me and my friends, we didn't have it like that. Most of my neighborhood grew up as grandparents' kids. Single parent home, grandparents' kids. And we used to go out, man. We used to go collecting bottles for bottle deposits to go to the store to buy stuff.
Yeah.
You know, we used to go to the park, man. We got to go get some bottles, man. We get 2 bottles, that's $1.
When I used to live in Nigeria, it was important. It was important because you could not buy any. So they called soda pop. They called it mineral instead of soda or pop. They called it mineral. So you could not buy mineral unless you had a bottle. In order to get a bottle of Sprite, you had to turn in an empty bottle. So we collected bottles for real, bro. And you absolutely could not get a bottle of Sprite if you didn't have a bottle to return. Period. End of story. In Port Harcourt, Nigeria. That's the way it was, bro. I'll never forget that. I don't know if it's like that now, but yeah, if you wanted some mineral,
They had that guy out back with the funnel refilling the bottles and putting them back on the shelf. That's what that was.
That's probably what that was.
With the what was it, the oil barrel and the funnel? He was refilling the bottles and putting it right
You
back
wanted
on
5
the
bottles
shelf.
of mineral. You needed 5 damn
That's
empty
why.
bottles.
He
That was
wanted to
it.
make more money. That's what it was, man. That's too
Moto
funny.
Gato said he had a mongoose. Moto Gato was rich. If you had a mongoose, your parents had money, bro.
Yeah, that's the truth.
I didn't know
man.
anything about a mongoose until I was like driving. I don't know if they stopped making them and they brought them back. I didn't know anything about a mongoose until like 2004 or 5 or some crap like that.
Yeah, Dragon's right. If you had a mongoose, your parents were rich. You were the man. You had a mongoose.
You had a mongo?
Yeah.
Mongoose?
Yeah, that was the
A
Rolls
mongoose
Royce.
runner shot? Come on, man. Stop playing.
That's the truth. That's absolutely the truth, man. Apollo 5 speeds. That's the truth. That's the truth.
So,
man.
Anyway, back to the news. Here, this poor guy in the UK, BBC News. This biker had a big heart, big enough for everyone to share. Stephen Ledbetter, known as Splodge, has died on February 22nd. The family of a motorcyclist who was killed on a busy dual carriageway said he had a heart big enough for everyone to share. Stephen Ledbetter, 65, from Willingboro, Northamptonshire, died on 22 February on the A45 westbound between Great Dodgington and Earls Barton while he was riding his black Triumph motorcycle. In a statement released to the Northamptonshire police, his family said Steve, a.k.a. Splodge, was a beloved partner. It could be Splodge as well. Was a beloved partner, father, grandfather, brother, brother-in-law, and uncle to our family. They said he'll be missed immensely by so many. He was larger than life, had a heart big enough for everyone to share, his family also added. He was a member of the Triumph Owners Motorcycle Club and was well-liked by many. Steve is going to be missed immensely by so many, but we know he died doing what he loved the most. We would also like to thank all at the scene for their assistance and the emergency services. The force said it wanted to hear from anyone with information about the incident, which happened at 09:15 Greenwich Mean Time. So anyway, we salute him and another biker gone in the world, and he'll be riding with the folks up in heaven. So we celebrate your life, sir, and sorry to see you go. How photographer Alanna Airitam got in with the Black Outlaw Motorcycle Clubs for her show. This is I used to be a photographer. That was my job for many, many years. I started shooting in 1987. So I really appreciate this. And I got away from motorcycles and stuff the first time I took a picture of a model and she was like in a one-piece thing. That was it for me. I became then a model photographer only. But there was a time I used to shoot motorcycles and stuff. This is her thing at the Luz De Jesus Gallery called Black Diamonds. Now, as I'm looking at this seems to be maybe I don't know what club this guy is with, but this was a look at that chopper right there. Man, this lady is shooting her butt off, man. This is really beautiful photography. A new photography show called Black Diamonds is showing at the La Luz De Jesus Gallery through March the 1st, celebrating Black Outlaw Motorcycle Clubs through the lens of an artist, Alanna Airitam. LA Taco reached out to Airitam to ask some questions about how Black Diamonds evolved and what her time was getting to know them. And so they asked her, hey, your new exhibit, Black Diamonds, focuses on Black Outlaw Motorcycle Clubs. How did you get interested in this world? She said, my art practice is centered around history, erasure, and representation. I'm interested in what stories we decide to keep, archive, and pass down, and what stories we revise, erase, and ignore. I'm also definitely fascinated with people and our relationship to ourselves, each other, and our environment. I came into Outlaw Motorcycle Club through culture through my partner, Wayne. When we met, he was a member of a small outlaw club based out of Oakland. all the members were white. And I'll be honest, whenever I see groups that are that visibly segregated, I get curious and a little skeptical. I always want to understand how and why that dynamic exists. Well, then she should really spend some time with motorcycle clubs, because we do, a lot of us get along across color lines. Because Wayne was part of that world, I started asking questions. I wanted to understand the structure, the codes, the history. What makes a club a club? What's the difference between a riding club and an outlaw club? Where did all of this come from? What's up with segregation? The deeper I went, the more layered it became. What struck me was this: even though I wasn't part of motorcycle culture, I'd still heard of clubs like Hell's Angels or the Outlaws, because those names circulate in pop culture, but I had never heard of any of the black motorcycle clubs. That absence stood out to me, which is why I got involved with the Biker Boys Project so many years ago, because I wanted to myself bring the attention to black motorcycle clubs that just wasn't out there during that time. And that was 2001, 1999, 2000, 2001. It wasn't shocking that I didn't know, but the fact that their histories weren't part of the broader narrative felt familiar. The pattern of visibility and invisibility, of certain stories being amplified and others being left in the margins. That's territory I'm familiar with. So my curiosity shifted into something more intentional. I started thinking, what would it look like to really dig into this, to spend time and listen, and to see what's actually there? That's where Black Diamonds began, not from spectacle, but from question. Here is a beautiful picture. I just love her photography set up here. Very gritty, very real. I love the dog because I have dogs. And some bikers' dogs are part of them. This guy is a member of the Chosen Few Motorcycle Club. I love this this lift in the picture, and this is just amazing with this canopy in the background. It's just beautiful pictures. How did you initially make inroads? I knew pretty early on that I wanted to document this world. It's like a culture within a culture within a culture. Black outlaw motorcycle clubs exist inside motorcycle culture, which exists inside America, American myth making. The layering and interested me. I just didn't know where to begin. In January 2023, I put together a formal proposal. Wayne connected me with a friend in the Outcast Motorcycle Club. He told me he would take my proposal to leadership, but he was very direct. He was doing it out of respect for Wayne, meaning I had Wayne's reputation in my hands. Don't mess this up. I brought this same proposal to a museum director friend who is also a member of the Chosen Few. He agreed to take it to his club president. Again, I was vetted and approved. And again, it was because of Wayne standing. The same thing happened with the East Bay Dragons. At that point, I was grateful, but also quietly wondering who exactly I was living with. Who is this guy, Wayne? She's asking herself. The respect he carried in those circles opened doors that I would have otherwise not been able to enter. In March 2023, I made my first portrait of a father, J-Town, and his son, Youngster, of Chosen Few here in Tucson. That the moment I saw that image, I knew the lighting, the presence, the fact that I was not just entering a club, but I was also entering people's families and lives. It all clicked and felt like the beginning of something important. This is an amazing story to me, because this is how I became a member of the Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club. I came there first as a photographer, and just hanging out with the club for years as a photographer, kind of in the background, led to what eventually brought me where I am today. So I dig this lady's story. The photo started circulating within the club in group chats and on social media. A few months later, I was invited to the Chosen Few Mother Chapter Annual in Los Angeles, where chapters from across the country converged for the weekend. It was the perfect entry point, a chance to meet people face to face, build trust, listen, and begin to the work in earnest. From there, it wasn't about gaining access, but it was about the relationships. Here's a wonderful picture, another Chosen Few guy. I like this. She brings this background into her pictures. I like the cactus. You got the cowboy. He's got the Chosen Few belt on. This guy's there for real. He's got the belt and all the stuff. Were there any members of the motorcycle club who reacted negatively to the prospect of being photographed? Probably is what they're saying, for the exhibition. To my knowledge, I haven't had anyone react negatively to the idea of being photographed, but I also don't push. Participation is completely voluntary, voluntary. If someone wants to step in front of the camera, beautiful. If they don't, that's just as respected. There are hundreds of reasons. There are 100 reasons someone might choose not to be part of something like this, and I honor that. Honestly, that's part of why the energy has been so good. The people who show up want to be there. They're curious and open. That makes all the difference. I'm very aware that the access I've been given is a gift. These are tight communities, especially as a woman, for her to get in and get that much trust and access. Trust isn't automatic. It's earned, and it can be lost quickly. I take that seriously. I would never do anything to jeopardize that trust that's been extended to me. If someone decided tomorrow that they didn't want to participate anymore, I'd respect that immediately. What's been really meaningful is the response. It's been overwhelmingly positive. That's because she shoots damn well. I think it's been exciting and maybe a little surreal for participants to see themselves in magazines and museums and places that historically haven't reflected them. I've met some incredible men and women through this project. They've invited me into their garages, their clubhouses, their homes, but beyond the physical spaces, they've also let me into their stories. And for me, a storyteller, I can dig what she's saying. That kind of access isn't just logistic, it's energetic. The feedback has been generous. The experience has been generous, and I'm genuinely grateful for it. Look at these pictures, man. Look at this. This is just awe-inspiring. It's just amazing, man. Look at it. It's just beautiful. Look at that, man. You ever think you would see your brothers and homies in your club in an art museum? Man, in a whole art museum. That is crazy, man. That's beautiful. So she said, why did you use the name Black Diamonds? Let me give you a little motorcycle history because the title really comes from the lineage. Within biker culture, outlaw motorcycle clubs are often referred to as 1%. The story goes back to a statement from the AMM. You know, this is the worst lie that's out there. Everybody continues to grab this lie. The AMA claims to have never made this statement, but some clubs embrace that 1% label as a badge of honor. It became a symbol away from the rules of the AMA. Now, that part is true. If you know what you're looking at, you can spot it immediately. The diamond-shaped patch with the 1% on the front of the cut. That patch isn't decorative. It's earned respect, loyalty, commitment. We all know the story. You don't just sew it on because you like the look. That could get you in a lot of trouble. The symbol carries weight, and the culture protects it. The project title, Black Diamonds, grows directly out of that history. Clubs like Chosen Few, East Bay Dragons, and others formed in a racial climate that didn't make space for Black riders within white outlaw motorcycle clubs. So they built their own structures, their own brotherhoods, their own legacy. The diamond patch is already a symbol of defiance and self-definition. When you place black in front of it, it holds even more complexity. The title speaks to that layered identity. The diamond as a form is sharp, faceted, and unbreakable. The diamond as a patch is earned, protected, and symbolic. Add in the black as history, as culture, and as resilience within a country that hasn't always made room. Black Diamonds isn't just referring to a patch, it's honoring a lineage. And these pictures are just stunning, if you ask me. Just absolutely beautiful. Anyway, outstanding work. If you guys want to go read this article, I'll put the link in the description box for you guys. This is the photographer, and she takes her own self-portraits as well. And very, very nice. I like how she's blurred out the back image, blew the back away and blurred it and brought herself to light. Outstanding photographer. Love her work. It's beautiful.
Those were amazing.
And here is the copy, the link. I'm putting it in the in right there where you guys get it. It'll be in the description. All right. We've been at this for an hour. Holy moly.
It's 11:30.
Yeah. We've been at this for an hour. So we're not going to get to the two questions today. We're not going to get to the two questions today. I had you and Tia. What does loyalty look like? And damn. Okay, tomorrow we'll have a few less stories. And
we're gonna be here tomorrow.
Oh,
not me.
Monday we'll have a few less stories, and more interaction with what we got going on here. Any last things you guys want to say? Anybody?
No, not at all. Thank you. Thank you for having me as usual. It was great to listen.
No, it's thank you for being here, man, and helping make the show great. Once again, we missed the Reverend. Somebody asked me, have I spoken with him? Not in a few days. I haven't spoken with him in a few days, but we miss him, and his light is missed. I keep getting text messages and emails every single day. So he absolutely has had an amazing impact. Now, he does have his own show, and I'm sure that he's probably working on that feverishly. And it'll be focused around the things that I'm sure are important to him. So we haven't heard the last of the pastor. Make sure that you guys know that for sure. I'm sure of it. I'm pretty sure of it. So anyway, Lavish T. Williams.
Hey, I don't know who's out there watching. I don't know if there's any Ohio guys out there. I don't know if there's any Cleveland guys out there, but I know I've been in the chats and we've been talking about this basketball game. We got Detroit playing Cleveland. Detroit, we're at the #1 spot out here. And I just want to say tonight at 7:00, the Pistons will be beating the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's all I got to say, man. I want everybody to have a great weekend. They got me amped up in the chat because we're talking about this basketball game and everything.
I was looking at that now.
Yeah, so enjoy y'all weekend, man.
One thing I noticed when I was in Detroit, and that was my first time there to go to the Lavish Biker Bash. It was that these people in Detroit, like, they love Detroit for real. Like, I'm looking at just all these people walking around with this Detroit shit on.
It's you gotta have. I mean, but that's in every city, New York guys, they're gonna have a New York hat on.
We're not happy with y'all. We're not happy with y'all right now, Lavish. The Knicks, us Knicks fans, we don't want to talk about y'all. We
the bad boys for real. Fighting everything. We the bad boys.
Yeah, whatever.
Man, I was walking around Detroit and people were matching in the Detroit colors and stuff, and all the way down to the guys' tennis shoes. I was like, Tia, these people are that, and the zombies. That was another thing that blew Tia and I away. Them damn zombies, man.
It didn't blow me away. I grew up seeing zombies. If that's what you want to call them.
They was like stuck in these weird positions, just standing like
Hey, you know how they tell you when you go to a certain city, wherever you go, just don't turn down this street. That's where he went. He turned down this street. The street wasn't supposed to turn down.
It literally says it. It says it on the sign.
In the wrong area.
Go turn here.
Listen, he's in the area because I know that
Lavish. The people are stuck.
I guess that'll be cleaned up.
Should I get out and push one of them?
Drugs and substance abuse, man, is still real out here, man. When you go out to a lot of the suburban cities and towns, you don't see that around. In Detroit, we still in the heart, man, and you got certain areas where you still see substance abuse users, man, out here struggling, fighting addiction. You get to see stuff that you don't see typically in anywhere else. I grew up around that kind of stuff. It has gotten a lot better, from the 80s and the crack era, but it still exists. It's not as high as it used to be, but it's still going on in major cities across the country.
Yeah.
And it was just like, Black Dragon, you made that wrong turn. You got to see it. And not just the wrong turn. He was hold on, let me make a disclaimer too. Some of these people ain't gonna like it if they from Detroit. They know what I'm talking about. Let me make this disclaimer. It's 2 cities that sit inside of Detroit. Black Dragon was on the borderline of Detroit and Highland Park. He's seen the Highland Park side. It's a street. It's like a street. It's just one street over. And where he was at, you still had the dope fiends. You still had the drunks. You got the transvestites, and you got dudes over there dressed like women. You got the hookers and the prostitutes over there. He was just in a bad. He was at a bad intersection. When he told me where he was at, I'm like, well, what are you doing over there, man?
He said, I don't even go over there.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
not where you want to be. Like after midnight, you see a lot of strange stuff over there. You just like,
Tia told me she's not taking me to New York because I'm just not safe.
I'm not taking you to Chicago. I'm not taking you to Chicago for that reason. Lavish, I was scared. My spidey senses was like, let's get the hell out of here. He like, no, let's explore. I said, oh, I could never take you to Chicago.
That's not where you explore. You might listen. You'll see a chick walk past you, and you might look and you say, hey, how you doing? And she'll respond, I'm
doing good. I'm doing well.
And you just look, you be like, listen, let me get the heck up out of here, man.
Mama Andrew said, stop, let Tia get some damn airtime. Oh, wow. I created a monster.
Yeah. Sounds of Harlem. It's a big difference, man. It's a big difference, And I'm sure it's not just like, it's not just like that in Detroit. Like again, all major cities got they spots where when you from that area. Yeah. Hey, we ain't going over there.
Absolutely.
There's nothing over there for us.
Exactly.
All right. Let her breathe. Okay, Tia. The ladies are taking up for you. Go ahead, girl. Say something. I don't want no trouble.
I am so blessed to be able to go in rooms where a lot of women can't go, where a lot of women are forbidden to go. You guys allow me to come in. It's like sitting in a barbershop. That's why I learned to have a love for sports. Being forced to take my son to the barbershop, I learned a lot about men. And I appreciate you guys. I know I have the gift of gab, and sometimes people do tell me to shut the fuck up.
I've never
I don't have no problem with that, but
I can't hear Tia at all.
I just appreciate you all, and thank you for accepting me for who I am and what I am. I may make mistakes, but I'm here to learn too. I want to learn protocol, and I'm a teacher. I'm a counselor. So by me being on this show this weekend, the only reason why you see me is because my brother Logic is not here.
Yeah.
So I wanted to fill that void for Dragon. His whole this train gonna keep on rolling. You got to, because we got to eat tomorrow. So if I say things that are disrespectful, I mean no harm to the 1%ers. You guys are my brothers too. If I do things out of line or don't follow protocol, inbox me and tell me, sis, next time don't say this, and next time, I welcome that. Please do that for me. Don't talk about me. Help me, teach me, because I'm here to learn. I want to grow. I want to be able to touch people that you all can't teach or touch. So thank you, Dragon, for sharing your platform with me. That means so much to me.
All right, let's get out of here. Lavish, you.
Hey, I already stated it, man. Big win for the Pistons. We up there. We do it in Detroit in the house. It's the weekend, the last weekend of February, Black History Month. Tomorrow, I got an award ceremony. I'm being awarded for, being a part of Black History in Detroit, making
that's all right.
Things happen and come true. Shout out to my club, Boogie Down, Tampa. This weekend, I was supposed to have been down there. This is their anniversary weekend that they got going on in Tampa. I got some guys that's on the road. I got some guys that's flying in there. So I hope that they travel safe and they get there. They're supposed to be partying tonight, man, with the Outcasts for their meet and greet. And tomorrow is their actual anniversary party, man. So shout out to Boogie Down Tampa.
All right, man. Appreciate you. And have a great day. Mr. Wu, man.
As always, I want to thank Black Dragon for having me, man. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Even though we didn't get it in today, that's all right. I had a great time. And especially thanks to Hollywood and Saint Throttle. He's the one that got me started in this also. And I'm going to do a cheap promo, man. Copy your Young Outlaw merch, man. You got it on my page.
Hold on. Let me take the words down. Let's see that.
We got Young Outlaw. We got Young Outlaw merch, man. Get it. Follow me on Facebook, Mark Valentine, man. Young Outlaws.
All right, man.
Appreciate you. Have a great weekend.
All right, man. Appreciate you too. Thank you, Mr. Valentine. Have a great weekend. Hey, it's your boy Black Dragon. Tia's gone. Hey, thanks for tuning in. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. Hey, my newest book, The Art of War for Motorcycle Clubs. You guys have already made it a #1 bestseller, but please keep it moving, man. The Art of War for Motorcycle Clubs and Robert's Rules for Motorcycle Clubs. Robert's Rules for Motorcycle Clubs, How to Run Church Right. Hey, man, get my books at Amazon Kindle and your autographed copies at blackdragonsgear.com. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for my really amazing men here that are on this channel and the lovely Mrs. Tia. Y'all have a great day. And thanks for tuning in, and get skinny and all those things, man. Y'all be good. Black Dragon, I am, after I find the right button, here we go. I am the hell out. Peace.
Prepare yourself.
Whoa. Boy, we don't.
Black Dragon Biker News. Self-educated by his books, and you learn how to move. Black Dragon.
We don't have no buttons acting right. Here we go.
Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.